about 10 days back, right? Jasim had occasion to chair the session in World Green Building Congress in New Delhi, where Jasim was presenting his paper. Just 10 days back, in Delhi. At that session, I felt so very guilty, simply because, even though I was supposed to be part of the organization, I told the people organizing, don't ever do it in future. Because they gave 60 minutes and gave 4 people, including Jason, to present their papers. Jason himself will need 1 day to present his projects. That is fabulous. I don't know what all words to use, the projects he has done. I would suggest, I would request the chairman, the director, the chairman, and also the principal to please arrange 1 full day program with Jason, because you students should see this. What Jason is capable of. Unbelievable. He just saw a small glimpse, a very short glimpse of what he is capable of. You should learn simply because you should come out, all your students should come out boldly. In fact, when I saw some of those things, I said, hey, some of the ideas even I had, but I didn't have the guts to do that. Simply, no guts to do that. Guts means courage to do that. To have courage, you need to be knowledgeable, you need to know. Unfortunately, probably I didn't have the knowledge, and because there's no guts, no courage. He had the knowledge, he had the courage, he had the imagination, and as he has written in some of those notes, in his, this thing it has shown, in which he said, none of his buildings can be copied, and none of them are related. That's what Jason is. And I felt so guilty that I could not do that, and I am sure he could ask next time if he is ready. I don't know whether he will be ready, because that's what I see, man. Next year I am going to request the conference that he should be given at least 1 full hour, because people should make advantage of what he is doing, especially students like you. Friends, I am so grateful. Thank you. I should thank the organization for having given me this opportunity to felicitate. You don't have to be felicitated. Actually, sometimes, when you get the opportunity to felicitate, you are being honored. Because the opportunity to felicitate a person of that stature is great. So I have been honored, I would say, to felicitate such a great personality. Undoubtedly, I can say that he is the greatest architect of our new times. Why don't you give a big hand? Well said. Come on. I would not have said this. Maybe you had called me 1 month back before I saw part of this project. I'll say this after this. There are many architects, I can tell you, in India. But many of them are typified designs. Am I right? Sorry? 1 line, 1 design. I think that is changed. I think that is what is great about. I am very happy that your club, your institution has taken initiative, because celebrities, people who have done well in life, they have to be recognized. Then we get recognized. Congratulations once again, JC, for the great award that you received. Congratulations to the institution, Metin, for the great work, for deciding to do this. I think Metin has done a great thing. And also in future, you may find more architects coming up from our own school, right? Recognize them also. Give them also great. If at all they come up. Thank you very much, and once again wish you all the very best. Sorry, because you have many more years to go, many more decades to go. You have to deliver much more. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. To the chief guest, Jason, and the others on the dais and you guys. I want to sing a song. When I pray, I sing this. When our beloved is mine, and I am his, and the banner over me is love. That's the kind of relationship I have with Jason. I was privileged to work with him. He's my second boss. worried what I am going to do in life and this that. And I landed up in his office. He said, "You are the best designer the world could ever have." And I teach that to every student that comes to me. Whatever I am today is the courage that he instilled in me. And I say that you guys, you all are the best designers this world has ever produced. And you guys can do the best designs this world has ever. Jason, as I know, is a guy who everybody will think is so controversial. Why he is controversial is because he stands for himself. He doesn't care what other people think about what he does. And that he instilled in me, and I also don't care what other people think about what I do. I'm so grateful to him. I'm so grateful to have worked with him. Thank you, Jason, for accepting me in your office. He gave me a very small salary. But I gave 100 times more than the salary that he couldn't afford to give me. He was making just that much. I guess. I'm so happy he got his award. Many of his works go unnoticed. I'm glad this group which is recognized him and given him this award have told the world this is what architecture is. Many people come to me asking me, I want a good elevation. You go to Jason, you say, I don't say the word. Go to hell. Elevation is no architecture. Architecture is much more satisfying space utilization for people who live in that. And Jason gives that from bottom of his heart. And he has taught me that. I'm trying to do that. Thank you for listening to me.
This name is from place where I had studied. However, I was his junior in college. We heard of him during our college days. Of course, many of his works is not shown here, which I have seen in Chennai. Rather, those days, erstwhile Madras. In fact, I never knew his name was Krishna Rao. We knew him only as Jason. And that particular name was so different from other names. And his office name was Fountainhead. Of course, most of you have read that book. Not many had the guts to put that name. And I think he has done that. Nice seeing him for a very long time and being felicitated by the Institute for his achievements throughout the years, and I'm sure he'll do very good works in future, much more fun learning. Thank you.
Words are difficult. I don't know when to call him. President, Council, or just Vijay, thank you. Sorry, you really did shock me. I thank all of you who have said such, I won't say kind words, brings me back phenomenal memories. I was surprised to see Jasper
I saw you in Delhi, but I didn't know you would come. I saw her at the airport, I didn't know she would be here. It is amazing that all of you turned up. And it is more amazing when the great man who's missing in this audience, well, there he is. Your chairman, Murali, was absolutely behind me and when he made me walk around the classroom, I was thrilled to see that half the students didn't know who the hell I was. I said, that makes it even more thrilling. I am also very happy to share with you that when the Architects of the Year Association, or the AYHAK chairman, called me up and said, your office hasn't submitted any designs after that period. But we have been seeing in various aspects your works, and you have been our jury and our chairman jury last year. So the chairman has called us to initiate an absolutely new award for you, and to start out with you, calling it the first chairman on the 20th year of AYA. I really didn't take it seriously at that time, because even him solidly said something was happening. I didn't take it seriously. In fact, I was watching the F1 Formula race in Delhi when he said I had to fly down there. I was trying to see what the hell was happening there in that man's place. When they called my wife, they called, I'm going to go over, it was pleasant to do. And when all the senior architects would go over present with the crowd, and then this phenomenal presence of all of you. This journey of 50 years seems worth its while. Fountainhead, I must share with you a few thoughts. They have given you some insights into the way I practice appears to work. Jasper had one of the first initiations of how our office works at 5 rupees a day. All right? And that will go away within minutes. What? I was talking to some of you in the morning, and what I want to share with you again, as far as this journey is concerned, is do not mistake ego with egotism. Architects need an ego to believe in oneself. But you should not put yourself at a stage where a certain aspect of absurdity comes to you. When I say I like my practice and I like my works to be different, it is not I want it to be different just because it is different, but I want to make a difference. That's a very big creative stand that you take. There are only 5 elements and 5 senses. But the way you look at those 5 elements and those 5 senses, and then start fusing them together to create something absolutely what was not. And then when you create it, and then you come out of your studio or your table and look at nature and nature smiles at you and says, I've always been there. What amazes you? Tell me, the sunrise and the sunset has been there before you and before me, and has always been there. Yet every sunrise, every sunset is different. I always get angry when I see, I won't call it architectural works, but I'll say building works. When I see windows being stacked upon windows, glass being stacked upon glass, brick being stacked upon. How is it different from a brick stacking outside? Probably that floor stacked it for a reason. You didn't stack it for a reason. You stacked it because you didn't know how. Because you couldn't think. You wouldn't think. You don't want to think. The only thing that makes the human being different from the rest of the beings is creation gave you that ability to think. Which means you can be afraid. Which means you can gain courage. Which means you can think tomorrow. You can play. No other animal can do it. No other animal can think of death. And you and I can think of death. In that death, I don't even know whether I go back home alive. But the sheer vision of wanting to be tomorrow is what drives the human being on. And I believe in the profession of architecture, this is epitomized at the highest level. I'm glad many of you joined architecture with guts. Some of you have joined like me. When we joined, I didn't know why I joined architecture. Let me be very frank. I've shared this with Dr. Glennie. I joined it because my father promised me a motorcycle if I joined architecture. And if I joined the engineering college, which I was very good at mechanics, he said he had to pay a capitation fees. I said, why do you want to pay the capitation fees? Give me the motorcycle. So the motorcycle won. 5 years, I didn't know what I did. But I must few things when you put across. Hope you have the patience to listen. I came across a phenomenal person in my second year called Sheila Trapp. She was a British council, wife of the British council. She was an architect. She would spend her Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I'm not sure, to teach us design. She was an extremely beautiful woman too, so we made sure that she was an English lady. Very sexy woman. But she taught me the guts to begin, because she would see me sketching, putting. Most of the other teachers and professors would not even look at my drawings. One day she said, I still remember the particular scheme and design. Someone thought it was something. All the great students, the first number category, everybody came up with drawings, perspective sketches and everything. And she said, where's yours? I said, madam, it's in that drawer. She said, what is it? I said, it's quite heavy. I had just done a clay model of what I thought should be the design. She said, why didn't you make a drawing? I said, ma'am, I just couldn't know how to draw this. She said, make me walk around the place. I walked around the place, the clay model, because we didn't have 3Ds and your high-tech stuff like you people have to teach. I walked around the place. After that, I didn't know, I thought, when we all said actually it comes, it can quietly behind me. If you have the patience and the vigilance and the ability to continue what you're doing this way, one day you will make it. That gave me tremendous courage. Next, I go home, it happened almost the same year. I must share these 3-4 things with you. My brother came and presented my birthday. He said, there was a particular book I wanted to present you, but I couldn't give it to you. He gave me a big fat book called Atlas Shrugged. My little knowledge of what was, I said, I don't want an atlas, so I shrunk. I didn't even know what the book was. I kept it aside. 2 days later he came back, did you read it? I said, no, but he said, now I found the book, I wanted to give it to you. He gave me Fountainhead. was here in the universe. That and this changed my world. To me, I wrote to Ayn. In those days, no emails and something. If I write a letter, it will take 2 months for the reply to come. And after 2 months, you will have to buy the book, which means I'm going to go and get the foreign exchange for 20 rupees, 50 rupees. India was a dire country. We didn't even have $1 in our hands. If I had $2, I'd be in prison like Raja. Right? That transformed my very aspect of thinking. Even today, any student who walks around in my office and stays with me for more than 2 weeks gets the novel, the Bible, the Gita, the Quran, which is fountainhead. They get it. And I believe every project I've done, when I am done, I just flip a page and the answer is there. Then the next step that inspired me was during this reading.